I think I might have finally cracked the plot that's going to set up Spider-Man Brand New Day. We've known for a while that Mark Ruffalo is returning as Bruce Banner in this movie, and recently Jon Bernthal's Punisher was confirmed too. But honestly, one thing really stuck in my head: what's the connection between Bruce and Peter? I mean, in the MCU, these two have never properly shared a scene, not even a single conversation. So first I thought, bro, why is Hulk in a Spider-Man movie? And then on top of that, Frank Castle? I mean, Punisher too? Seeing this combo, I got completely confused. What kind of story needs Spider-Man, Hulk, and Punisher all in one place? But then I did what I always do when Marvel throws a curveball. I just chilled, made myself some coffee, and started rewatching every single clue. And as I connected the dots, everything suddenly clicked. And honestly, Tom Holland's recent interview was the missing puzzle piece. He didn't reveal anything directly, but what he did say was enough to assemble a theory. Now, I've got a pretty solid idea of why Bruce Banner's involved, what Punisher's entry point is, and how the movie might kick off. So if you're ready, let's explore what the real setup of Spider-Man Brand New Day could be. Recently, Tom Holland hosted a celebrity paddle tournament to promote his brewery brand, Bureau Brewing. After the event, he gave an interview, and that's where the real clues for Spider-Man 4 started leaking. On the surface, he didn't say much, but if you listen closely to his words like I did, you can connect the dots too. It's like,
so it's gonna feel like making Spider-Man 1 again. You know, it's been such a long time since I've done it. It's gonna feel like a breath of fresh air, and I think the fans are gonna be over the moon with what.
Attention, Tom said. Now pause here and feel his words. Remaking Spider-Man 1, breath of fresh air, fans over the moon. See, when Tom says Spider-Man 1, technically, he's referring to Homecoming, but I think he deliberately chose that phrasing because the vibe he's hinting at feels like an origin story reset, not just a continuation of Homecoming. Now jump to the second clue. A while ago, Alex Perez from Cosmic Circus, whose Marvel scoops have a really solid track record, was asked, Hulk is going to be in Spider-Man Brand New Day, so will he be a villain or a mentor type for Peter? And is it connected to the Doomsday Project? Alex's reply here is important. He said, what I heard involves a connection dating back to the earliest days of the MCU and explores some uncharted territory for both characters' personal histories. Now connect the dots. What if that connection is that Bruce Banner, during his experimental phase, unintentionally created the radioactive spider that later bites Peter Parker? Think about it. We've heard Peter's origin mentioned in Civil War and Homecoming, but the MCU has never shown the actual origin. And now, after No Way Home, when the world doesn't even remember Peter exists, this is the perfect time to revisit that origin, but with an MCU twist. And what could give more Spider-Man 1 vibes than revealing that Bruce Banner, before becoming Hulk, unknowingly changed Peter's entire life? Here's how it fits, according to my theory. Before becoming Hulk, while experimenting with gamma radiation to recreate the super soldier serum, Bruce's research included a side project genetic enhancement using spiders. His goal wasn't to create Spider-Man, he wanted to make another Captain America. But during this process, one enhanced spider escapes from the lab, and that's the one that bites Peter. The beauty of this theory is that the MCU never explained where the spider came from. No lab, no scientist. Norman Osborn wasn't confirmed. Kurt Connors wasn't shown. The origin was a blank space, and Brand New Day can fill that blank space perfectly. The Banner plus Peter early MCU link is exactly the earliest days connection Alex Perez teased, and this even retroactively gives new meaning to something already in front of our eyes. Remember in Spider-Man Homecoming, during Peter's physics class, there are framed portraits of famous scientists on the wall Newton, and also Bruce Banner. At the time, everyone thought it was just a cute Easter egg, but if Bruce actually played a role in Peter's origin, that Easter egg becomes a retroactive foreshadowing. Marvel hinted at it long ago, we just didn't notice. And honestly, Bruce and Peter being connected through science feels completely natural. Both are geniuses. Both struggle with the consequences of their powers. Both had their lives changed forever because of an experiment gone wrong, or in Peter's case, maybe an experiment gone right. So if Banner indirectly created the radioactive spider, that not only patches the origin, it lays the foundation for a Science Bros dynamic we've never seen before in the MCU. And thematically, it makes perfect sense too. Remember, Bruce didn't even know about Spider-Man before. An Ant-Man and a Spider-Man? He was shocked that Spider-Man even existed. Let's simplify the timeline. 2015, after Age of Ultron, Bruce leaves Earth. 2016, in Civil War, Peter has already had his powers for 6 months. I've had these powers for 6 months. During Infinity War, Bruce is in Wakanda, Peter is in space, then snapped. After Endgame, both are in the same frame at Tony's funeral, but zero dialogue. So, if the MCU reveals that Bruce Banner was part of Peter's story long before either of them knew it, that twist wouldn't just be shocking, it would feel organic. The kind of retcon where existing background details suddenly gain new depth, and we think later, oh, the clues were there all along. So if Brand New Day's theme is truly about fresh starts and secret pasts, then Bruce Banner secretly being the hidden architect of Spider-Man's origin becomes the perfect way to start the movie. But there's another angle too. Bruce Banner might appear as a professor or mentor at Peter's new school. At the end of No Way Home, we see Peter move into a small New York apartment, studying for his GED. So in Brand New Day, we might see him earning his diploma, then applying to college, and that's where the MCU could finally introduce Empire State University, ESU. And ESU means Gwen Stacy, Harry Osborn, or even Miles Morales' formal MCU entry. But let's be real, you don't bring in Mark Ruffalo just to walk and talk in Banner mode. If Hulk is in the movie, he's going to Hulk out, and that's where Mr. Negative enters. The Brand New Day title itself comes from the comics, and in that storyline, the major villain introduced is Martin Lee, aka Mr. Negative. And recently, reports surfaced that Marvel is looking to cast a 30 to 50-year-old Asian actor for Spider-Man 4, which perfectly matches Martin Lee. Now the main part of the theory, Martin Lee runs FEAST, the same organization Aunt May dedicated her life to. Publicly, he's a noble, humble community hero, but behind the scenes, he runs a massive criminal empire. During some confrontation, he touches Bruce Banner with his negative energy, and Bruce Hulks out. But this time, not Green Hulk, Gray Hulk. Savage and unstable, under Mr. Negative's control. That achieves two massive things. One, Hulk gets depowered, making a three-way fight between Spider-Man, Punisher, and Hulk realistically possible. 2. We finally get a comic-accurate Hulk redesign. Just imagine a mind-controlled Grey Hulk slamming Spidey into the ground, and at the last moment, Punisher shows up, lifts him off, and saves him straight out of the comics. The whole theater would go wild. Chaos, plus shock, plus hype, and it would bring back the raw Hulk carnage that's been missing from the MCU for so long. And most importantly, it plants seeds for the future. Grey Hulk and Mind Control set the stage for Avengers, Doomsday, and Secret Wars, reintroducing a monstrous version of Hulk. And if Marvel builds it up smartly, it could even set the foundation for World War Hulk. Now about Frank Castle Punisher. We last saw him at the end of Daredevil Born Again Season 1, literally breaking out by smashing through a wall. He's on the run now, and that directly leads into a Disney Plus special presentation. My theory, that special storyline will start with Frank hunting Wilson Fisk, but along the way, he stumbles onto a much darker operation run by a gang called the Inner Demons. If you've read the comics or played the Spider-Man PS4 game, you know who the Inner Demons are. They're Mr. Negative's private army, the cancer of New York's underworld drug trafficking, protection rackets, illegal gambling, even human trafficking, and Frank Castle cannot tolerate that level of evil. So he starts systematically tearing them apart one operation at a time. During this process, he discovers that Martin Lee is their real boss. But here's the twist. Martin Lee isn't just a crime boss. Publicly, he's the respected leader of FEAST, a savior in people's eyes. For Peter, he's the man keeping Aunt May's memory alive, a symbol of goodness. Now imagine the moment when Frank confronts Peter and says straight up, Lee isn't who you think he is, Red. He's a filthy criminal controlling the whole city from the shadows. That's where the emotional conflict starts. For Peter, Lee is someone who keeps Aunt May's legacy alive. But for Frank, he's just another rabid animal that needs to be put down. For Frank, everything is black and white. But for Peter, it becomes his first real moral crossroads. Frank Castle doesn't care about legacy or reputation. His rule is simple: see evil, take it down. Period. And now picture the scene on one side, Spider-Man who thinks with his heart, and on the other, Punisher who thinks with his scope and trigger. Both heroes, both right in their own way, but completely opposite philosophies. And circumstances are forcing them to work together. To raise the stakes even higher, imagine if Martin Lee is also secretly targeting Wilson Fisk. So Brand New Day becomes Mr. Negative versus Kingpin, a collision course between two crime lords, both trying to control New York in their own way, with Spider-Man and Punisher caught in the crossfire of a full-scale street-level war. But as cool as all of this sounds, remember, this is still just a theory. Marvel hasn't officially confirmed anything yet. For all we know, Banner might just show up to drink a cup of coffee and leave. So yeah, take this whole setup with a gamma-radiated grain of salt. But I genuinely hope at least some of this turns into reality. Spider-Man Brand New Day has the potential to deliver a story where the origin is emotionally paid off without re-showing it. New villains, real stakes, unexpected alliances, and Peter's evolution toward a darker, more street-level journey. Until the trailer or official synopsis drops, this is just one possible path, but it's the path I'd honestly love to see. So tell me in the comments, did you like this theory? Would you want to see Grey Hulk tearing through New York, or Martin Lee becoming the next big street-level threat? Whatever it is, I've told you my thoughts, but I want to hear yours. Let me know in the comments. I'll see you in the next one.